Hey guys, how's it going? It's Retro Rutz here. I just want to talk today about a little issue we have with older figures, especially white ones. You can see on here, this is an old 1978 Stormtrooper that my buddy had given to me here. And you can see on the back here, I'll put it down so you can see a little better. He's gone completely, not even brown, it's like an orange, a tan color, like compared to the front. Now obviously he should be completely white. It almost looks like he got a bad sunburn while he was looking for droids on Tatooine there. So I was kind of trying to find a way to restore these figures or somehow clean them. I gave it a figgy bath, with the Dawn hot warm water. Doesn't do it. It's not that it's actually dirty. What apparently it is just with plastic. Over time, the oxygen gets to the plastic and somehow it stains it. It like almost reverse bleaches it in some way. I've had this on my Super Nintendo. It's kind of gone a different color than other parts of it. So it's not that anything's dirty if you see it like this necessarily. So what I've kind of seen online, we're going to do a little Bill Nye the Science Guy experiment today, is apparently if you take your figures and you put them in a glass container, submerge them in hydrogen peroxide. Nothing special. I just picked this up at the local drugstore. It's this one's 3%. So I filled it up earlier. So what we're going to do is we're going to put them in the dip.
Oh my God, it's dead!
So let's pop them in there and try. Now apparently you put them in there and you let them sit, I think it's like 3, 4, 5 days, as long as it kind of takes. Now I know these ones are tricky because they want to try to float up. So I might have to put them down with a fishing weight or something afterwards, but you know what, that looks pretty good for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in here. I'm going to set a timer and I'm going to do, not time lapse, but I'll check every, maybe once a day or twice a day, and I'll do updates on the videos and you'll see them after this. And hopefully we'll get our little Stormtrooper back to white like he should be. Let's see what happens.
A few moments later.
So this is about an hour or so in. So it looks like all these bubbles are starting to come off, so it must be doing something. I forgot to mention earlier in the last video that you need to make sure to put them, your character in the peroxide in direct sunlight. So it's interesting what's going on here. We'll check up maybe tomorrow and see if there has been any progress on this. So let's get an update on our little Stormtrooper here. This is 24 hours in. I can tell it's definitely working because, I mean, it's still not white perfect yet, but it's not the brown it was yesterday. Look at all those bubbles. That's crazy. Wow. Okay, well, we'll check them tomorrow and see if there's any more changes. So we are 48 hours into our Stormtrooper dip cleaning. Let's take a look here. Yeah, what a difference. Like 2 days ago, he was brown. We still got lots of those bubbles going on. Put him back up in the light here. So you can still tell the back's still a little darker than the front, but I think it might get back to, not getting a perfect white, but pretty close. So we'll give it another couple of days here and we'll see what happens. Next checkup here, it is just past 72 hours. Let's have a look here. So he is changing, like now you can still see the front is obviously a little bit lighter than the back was. So I'm gonna leave it for probably another day. Unfortunately, today is a pretty gloomy, rainy day today, so I don't know if we're going to get much sunlight. I don't know if that's going to play a factor or not, but yeah, let's give them one more day, and then we'll pop them out. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of sun, and we'll see how we turned out. All right, let's take a look. So this is day 6. So I think he's about, wow, looks really good. I think he's about as good as he's going to get at this point. So I'm going to take him out, give him a quick wipe down, and we'll do our conclusion here. Alright, so recap. Here we are 6 days later after putting our Stormtrooper in the dip. So our whitening experiment, I would say, is a success. I couldn't really ask for much more. You know, I gave him a little bath once I took him out, just kind of clean any peroxide that was left on there. It doesn't smell weird or anything. He's still as tight as he was before, like all his joints. And surprisingly, none of his paint, his detailing, like none of that got affected. Like, it's worn out, but it was already worn. I mean, this is a 40-what-year-old figure, right? So he still looks mint. Like, I can't believe it. Like, it's not, you know, 100% white, but I don't even know if this figure ever was 100% back in the day. You can still kind of tell his legs a little bit darker or lighter than the body here, but still looks amazing compared to that brown orange he was before. So we've proven it works, right? So if you have new figures at home, give it a shot. I would recommend it. I didn't have any issues with it. Just let it sit out in the sunlight in the bottle submerged for, you know, 5 days or so. It works fantastic. I did try it on a couple other figures just to make sure. So I had another Stormtrooper. I tried that. Same thing. It was orange brown. Came out, you know, pretty near perfect white and no issues. And I also tried a G.I. Joe Snake Eyes I had. Now, he was broken prior to going in the dip, so it didn't affect him in any way, just in case anyone's wondering. Actually, that'll be a future upcoming video. My buddy has a whole bag of G.I. Joes where the O-ring inside had dried up and snapped. So we're going to look at getting some new O-rings and putting those back together and show you guys how to do that. So keep an eye open for that. With that in mind, if you like what you saw today, if you want to give me a thumbs up or give me a subscription, I'd greatly appreciate it. But until next time, guys.